Universe.
Welcome to Two Balls and a Mic. We are here on episode 105. We're about to make a couple of announcements, some that will be important and some that will be very important. We're going to go ahead and start with that. We're also going to go ahead and talk about our experience with comedian Bert Kreischer. We went on his tour bus. We met the man. That was pretty fun. But in sports, we're also going to go ahead and talk about a little bit of our interview with the great, let's get technical, Nate Miller. We're also going to go ahead and talk about Mexico barely beating Jamaica. Tata out. They tied against Costa Rica, but guess what? At least they didn't lose like Canada. 2-0 beating the U.S. men's national team. And that was fun. We're going to go ahead and also talk about transfer deadline day. And guess what? Football. The Super Bowl. Sorry, I can't call it the Super Bowl. I don't have the rights to it. The big game is in 2 Sundays from now, featuring your Chiva Rams.
Yes.
But you got to face Joey Burrow.
Joe
Burrow in that Super Bowl in your house. Whose house?
Rams house. We don't have the right to that either.
That is disgusting. But definitely a great day to kind of come back and center. It's the first day of February today. We had a wild January. So
It's the best start to the year, right? That we could have asked for. Straight up.
There was a lot of great things that went down on this wonderful year. In this month, I mean, we were commentating in Cholos. The soccer's halftime game was in this month. We saw, I'll say, a couple hundred, like a good percentage more of people that tuned into Two Balls, and like a significant amount more people that tuned into Two Balls and a Mic. Obviously, we had a lot of interviews. We had Andrew Vasiliades, something that, hey, there's an official San Diego Loyal podcast, always loyal. So check it out with our buddies Darren and Jordan,
congrats.
The official. Hello, we are Big Brother. We are state media. We talk about San Diego Loyal. Like none of them. It'd be great if they did.
Yeah.
But congratulations to those guys.
Yeah, definitely check them out.
Yeah, no, 100%. The young up and comers.
I think they know a little bit about podcasting.
Darren Smith and Jordan Caruth. But no, so we will have a couple of announcements right now as far as what we are doing, because we've been hyping it up. No, people, we are not doing anything officially through San Diego Loyal yet.
No,
we're open. Those DMs are open. So
they know where to find us.
They know where to find us. Chiva, you can have my van for free, as we have some listeners and fellow awesome people. We have Procrastinating Puma, also fantastic person on the Discord for the locals. Check the locals out. Get your membership renewed. Congratulations to all the new leadership. But definitely, so two things, right? So off the top of the show, let's just get it out of the way, because we've been hyping this announcement for a bit. It does require a second announcement. So this first announcement does require a second announcement. So we'll start with that one. So essentially, Two Balls and a Mic, as we're hardwiring Ethernet into the setup now. I think we should be all right with our live streaming. So we're going to go ahead and do live streaming. Everything's going to be the same setup, same everything, same garage, same Chiba, same Tony. But we're going to be moving it over to Monday. No, which that is not the announcement.
Which at first we would do it on Monday.
Before. Yes, yeah, we actually started on Monday, but because my my school schedule did not allow for that. It was just moved over for another day. Now, why do we say that? We say that,
let's just say, to make
some room.
Accommodations,
right? Because obviously there's a lot happening with the San Diego Loyal podcast universe as of late, and
you know what, we just felt like we had to up our game a little bit.
Yeah, no,
we always talk about having the best content out there for you guys when it comes to San Diego soccer. And Tony,
¿Qué pasó?
I think we did a pretty great job at making this happen.
I honestly, I've been bugging this person for a good year at this point. Like, all respect and everything, just making sure that everything's fine. But
This happened right before the January transfer deadline. If
absolutely,
you're wondering,
no, it absolutely.
so it's fair game.
They went ahead and underwent the medicals. But at the same time, we need to make sure that everything is above ground. But I think Two Balls and a Mic has just dropped some information over on Twitter. Breaking news. We want to go ahead and welcome the one and only Alan Underwood to the Two Balls and a Mic familia.
Yeah.
So officially, this year, here's the comunicado oficial. It is a pleasure to announce that Two Balls and a Mic welcomes Alan Underwood to the team for our San Diego Loyal coverage this year. Alan Underwood, obviously of Fairweather podcast fame, obviously also in the USL show. He's an integral part of the family here, San Diego Loyal, in section 109. You can hear him. He has the best sounding drum. No offense,
You know
Adrian.
him, you love him.
Yeah, no, like the Big Red Machine. He's amazing. But we had talks about him joining us, and obviously we want to take advantage of that mind of his, and put it to good use. We talk. He was the one that told us, "Hey, your logo sucks," so we had to change it upon his request or his asking.
Yeah, I mean, by this time, if you've been following us for a minute, Alan, our original logo was very, very crappy.
Poop.
And he let us know, hey, yeah, that looks like shit.
Yeah, no, straight up.
And we were like, okay, let's make a new logo. But yeah, we're excited to have Alan joining us. Again, this guy is the real deal. Probably the best person in San Diego that knows about the USL, the ins and outs, which is why we're also moving to Mondays. He's a very busy person on Tuesdays. He does other shows, and Monday was a better fit, so we'll be moving the podcast to Monday. We'll announce when that official day would
yeah, no, I mean, we're going to start as soon as like San Diego Loyal literally starts, which was today. They started their preseason in talking with assistants head coach Nate Miller. So we'll get into that a little bit. But as far as Alan joining us here, no, not really. He won't be the third ball. He has his own entity. He is he's like a wrestler.
I know he did have some words.
He did have some words
that he wanted to share.
We'll get to that. We need to see the old logo. Oh, Corbin.
Do you have a picture of the old logo?
I definitely do. I think it's somewhere.
It's on our Instagram.
It's on our Instagram. Go check it out. Just go scroll down and you'll see it. But no, so obviously Alan is a person of the categoría, the pedigree of,
yes.
He's an individual that is incredibly well versed in the USL. Has some questionable other podcasts, mainly the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. We'll beat that out of him, guys. Don't worry. But no, so again, this isn't really going to change the structure of Two Balls and a Mic. We're just going to have an extra mind and an extra voice for that. I do want to preface this also. Fairweather Podcast is not going anywhere. It's clear that, they cemented themselves here. They will be reformatting what they do. So I'll go ahead and let Fairweather Podcast speak for Fairweather Podcast. So that's not going away. But in any case, we want to just, again, thank everybody who's been supporting us. We let a couple people know, hey, this is what's going to be. And we got some very positive feedback. And honestly, we're an independent source for soccer news. I guess you could take it that way. So we wanted to legitimize ourselves a little bit more. And I think having Alan join us is that step towards that.
Yeah. So, I mean, nothing's going to change for the podcast. Probably the only thing that would change is the episodes might be 2 hours long now. I
mean, again, they might not. Who knows? But I do want to say, again, as you brought up a bit ago, Alan did have a message because, again, he has like so many podcasts and outlets. Alan let us know in a quote, I'm honored to be joining the Two Balls and a Mic family. The prospect of what we can do out in this community to grow soccer in San Diego region is exciting. I have always appreciated talks with Tony and Chiva out at the stadium or over beers, and now I can get to do that weekly. So I couldn't be happier about that. I hope that I can do my part to bring quality content that people like while also getting a chance to nerd out over the beautiful game. Direct quote from the great
Facts.
Alan Underwood. So again, to recap, Alan will be joining us and helping us break down, analyze, talk about, do everything San Diego Loyal on our show on Two Balls and a Mic. I guess like a correspondent, like a star correspondent. Like he's the man. But that's going to be happening. We also have incredibly special upcoming. Hopefully, it materializes this time. We have some interviews coming up. Yeah, what's up?
I just want to answer some of the questions in the comments.
Definitely.
Corbin said, new logo is a big improvement. Yes, we know. Thank you. I appreciate it. The new logo is a way better improvement. Jason Holleran said, is Alan also doing two balls ilegal too? No.
So, I mean, for right now, no.
Right now, no. If he wants
to dip his toes in there, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Welcome to.
Yeah, no, I mean, so
remember, that is an all Spanish show that we're doing. So, as you know, Alan doesn't speak Espanol very well.
I'm honestly glad that we're hearing this from you too, instead of Two Balls equivalent of Ken Rosenthal. God bless everybody who is in the news breaking business. But no, definitely that's honestly what we're most excited about. Being able to kind of bind this community of San Diego Loyal together and make the moves happening around the team are pretty good, are pretty legit.
Yep.
We have some signings, we have some stuff to see. Andrew Vasiliadis on our interview earlier this month or earlier a couple weeks ago, let us know, he's excited about the prospects coming in, the people returning. Nate Miller, obviously, he also had something to say. He has big plans. There's somebody who...
By the way, I think people really enjoyed that interview. That video is doing amazing.
Yes, shout out to you guys for listening to that boring soccer talk, apparently. But again, that's what it's going to be. Like, that's the type of coverage we want to talk about. Like,
our shit right there.
Talking about moving off space, within space, like moving off the ball, like just foreign concepts of the game that people don't understand, don't grasp necessarily sometimes as easily. But that's kind of what we want to do. We want to paint that picture. We want to talk about what's happening on the field, what matters on the field, the tactics that are played, what's going right with the team, what's going wrong with the team, if that's where it ends up heading. And again, we are able to. Again, we're thankful for the actual club, San Diego Loyal, for letting us be able to do this. But, again, we want to make sure that everybody is aware that moving forward, this is going to be what's going to happen. It's going to be Tony, Chiva, and Alan, at least for that San Diego Loyal period. He's also let us know that he has no interest in talking anything that is not soccer. So we'll stick with San Diego Loyal for right now.
Yeah, football is not his best sport, apparently.
We'll talk music theory, I guess. You know music, right?
I know music.
Can you read music?
Yes, I can.
Oh, you guys can nerd out about that.
Mm-hmm. You don't know how to read music?
No.
Oh, I need to teach you. Something I can teach you.
I'm fine. That's just natural talent, bro. I just hear it. It's like
Mozart.
Mozart.
Okay. My bad.
But yeah, so that's definitely how we're gonna go ahead and move forward with that. Again, the San Diego Loyal, everything around it is getting pumped up, primed up. Cheeto Jerry has a San Diego project coming up too. You have the new project officially through the club at this point.
Oh, there's a great question from Jason. He said, so are you planning to do like Loyal with Alan, then he takes off and you do Wave, EPO, otros balones? Essentially, yeah. If he wants to stick around when we start covering Wave, he's also more than welcome to, because I'm sure he's also going to be anything soccer related. He can stay and talk with us about.
He can stay if he wants to. Will he cover soccer stuff? Why not? I mean, everything is fair game right now.
Yeah, we'll try our best to cover soccer's. There's already great content out there for San Diego Soccer's.
Soccer's Overtime.
Soccer's Overtime. Shout out over there. And they have so many games too that it's sometimes a little hard to keep up with everything.
And here's the thing, right? So there's going to be games where, I might need to do homework and you might need to go, Chiva. And the beauty of it is, like, Alan is also a member of the USL show, a very prestigious. Again, he's a genius when it comes to USL, and he's un genio ese vato. He could still go in through media passes through that, I assume, because they have many more followers than we do on all platforms.
I mean, you guys enjoyed watching that Allen vlog, right? That when he covered for us. I did.
Yeah. Shout out Craig. Yes, procrastinating Puma. But yeah, so other than that, as far as the announcement heads, goes, it's big because we're independents and we're kind of again he's like a wrestler. He's an independent contractor.
Yeah.
And so he chose and we're grateful for him to be joining us at that point.
And it's something we talked about when we started this. Wow, it'd be cool if eventually we get people to join us and we grow it.
Yeah, we have a team.
People and
we have a team.
And this is the first step to that. So I'm very excited for that for sure.
No, it's about a team, right? Like we again, shout out the boy 619 Soccer, who's been helping us with a couple of the graphics and been really active in the San Diego community. We have the great Weston here from San Diego Loyal. Greatest pickups in recent San Diego soccer. Number 1, Alan Underwood. Number 2, Alex Morgan. Number 3, Kyle Vassell. So
yeah,
pretty intense names for Kyle to be, named next to Alex Morgan and Alan. Very, very fortunate of him.
Pretty fortunate for Alex Morgan to be on the list next to
Alan. 100%,
Underwood.
especially with her choices of, Chipotle.
You need to give Chipotle a chance. It's not bad.
Good. No, it's good.
It's
delicious.
Really good.
100%. It shouldn't be that expensive. One.
Yeah.
What are they doing with that shape of burrito?
I mean,
they give you a ball.
I never order a burrito when I go to Chipotle. You get a bowl, you get a tortilla on the side, and you make your own stuff.
You got to get a burrito in the bowl. It's like people don't think. You go to Thrifty, you go to any ice cream shop. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take the cone, but could you put the cone in the cup? I mean, no spillage, and then you ask for it's great. But no, definitely Empire building. Definitely, Jason. Slowly but surely. And again, thanks to a lot of you guys that are just are listening and helping us out. And I'm just hearing right now, yes, boys, 619 Soccer. But definitely thank you for everybody who's been listening. We have somebody that's listening in La República Dominicana right now trying to find Fernando Tatis. And they're vacationing over there, so that's their big mission. Hopefully give them a 2 balls and a mic sticker. That's real, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to say
mailman?
Oh, really?
The boy.
Wow.
Yeah, the boy. He was in our league. What was his name? Carl Malone. The boy. But no, definitely, again, going to be exciting. We're talking about San Diego Soccers with him. Also, something I forgot to write down on the thing, another announcement.
Another one.
We have a verbal agreement with Nate Miller, assistant head coach of San Diego Loyal. We have a verbal agreement to have him join us throughout the season while the season is going and do some more nerdy soccer stuff. So
and it'll be shorter stuff. It won't be an hour every time.
And if it is, you know what? People love it. You guys love that stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, we gotta respect his time. Whatever time he wants to give us, he's more than welcome to.
So that's something that's pretty exciting coming on down the pipeline. So 1, moving back to Mondays. Great.
Yes.
2, Alan Underwood. Fantastic.
Big check mark.
His initials are AU. What is that? In the elements, that's gold. My man is gold. And number 3, so stupid. And number 3 is that we have a verbal agreement with Nate Miller to have him join us and hop on the pod and talk. I mean, again, a lot of the questions that we asked him and a lot of the things that, came up were thanks to you guys and that Discord. And we want to make sure that where you guys, what do you guys want to know?
And number 4.
Oh, number 4.
Oh, I mean, they heard it. More upcoming San Diego Loyal interviews.
Oh, okay. Well, we're slated to
number 5. I'm just kidding.
We're slated to get a couple players. One player that just got announced today, somehow. Neta,
he confirmed.
He confirmed. Don't tell him. But I think they might have forgotten about Austin. We announced you, bro. We were the first one. You're number 1, bro.
He technically was one of the first.
Yeah, no, he got announced, but never got the graphic.
He
and
never
treatment.
got the post. He never got the stats. Yeah, no. Pow pow.
Definitely. And then so that's gonna be coming on down. But also, since we do a kid did that to me at work today. It was like,
man.
"What she told you do?" I was like, "Do?" You said it. I was like, "You suck."
Oh man, he got you. He fucking got you
did.
straight up.
But definitely, we're gonna go ahead and have that. Where was I going with that? I'm just so excited about that. Oh, and then we also have a certain dancing midfielder from San Diego Loyal who might or might not have a mustache. He doesn't. I checked. The pictures doesn't have him with a mustache.
That one's pending, hopefully.
Pending.
Hopefully.
Ojalá que pase. And then also, again, more leal en español. I mean, you guys are here, right?
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn Spanish, head on that way. Your very own
Pásenle adelante.
presidente, first time on as a non-interim president, but Richard Fields is going to be joining us in a Spanish episode. I've never heard him speak Spanish. I think a little bit.
I don't think I've ever heard him speak Spanish.
Yeah, so Richard Fields is going to be joining us, the president of San Diego Loyal, in a Two Balls y Leal, all Spanish podcast. So that's going to be happening in the next couple of days. We'll be dropping the nuggets here and there, so enjoy that.
Do you like chicken nuggets?
As surprising as it might sound, I'm very new to chicken nuggets.
Wow.
Very new to chicken nuggets.
Have you ever had the Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets?
That sounds delicious.
It's
like
bomb.
I'm new to nuggets. Like I'm new to wings. Like it's weird. I didn't used to like wings. Like I didn't like the taste of it.
You guys might have to cancel us.
No, I mean now it's fine. I eat them now.
Why,
like I just
not before?
Because they.
No, I've seen you destroy wings.
Well, yeah, no, but like because they had like the apio, they had the celery, and I assumed the strong odor of buffalo sauce and celery.
Come on.
I
Even
hate
the
celery.
celery's great. Oh man, come on, man.
And he opted on Charlie dyeing his hair because England lost. This is a very important question, I swear.
He did the rayitos.
He did the highlights. We actually interviewed him and we talked to him. And to him, that was enough. Some of his teammates last year gave him some crap about it.
You can't ruin the whole mane of hair.
What he has going right now is fine with me. The picture that came out was fine. But no, he definitely lost that bet as England got booted from the Euros.
Yeah, but I mean that's the announcements we've had. Like,
thank you for everybody who's been patient with it. I mean,
yeah,
obviously, like there were other announcements done today that were unforeseen. But again, it's part of it. Like, yeah, I love it. I love
to
it,
see
Chiva.
it.
I love it, Chiva. Any case, thank you for joining us.
Where can I get that merch, Tony? That's pending. We'll I think they're talking about your shirt, but we're gonna work on it. That's pending. That's on my list to do for 2022 in the early months. So
list shirt that they're talking about for our audio listeners is a black and white Two Balls and a Mic shirt. It is literally a Walmart George shirt for $5 with screen print.
But those shirts are surprisingly comfortable.
They are.
Like very comfortable.
And like again, the camera does it justice. Like it does look pretty good.
And it doesn't fade away. Those shirts are very, very good quality. But yeah, that's in the conversation. So yeah, let's stay tuned for that. But
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty much what we had. But now let's get on with the podcast.
Oh, because that wasn't the podcast.
That wasn't the podcast. That was the announcement. Now we're starting the pod. We're getting another intro. Just kidding.
Yay!
Overrated. You know what's overrated? Mexico.
What happened? Okay,
no. The U.S. the men's national team.
CONCACAF is overrated right now, just in every sense, and I think everybody's finally starting to realize, how
I think that Mexico and U.S. are overrated.
Is Canada underrated? All right,
very very underrated.
We had some games over in this last couple weeks. Obviously, World Cup qualifying. It is the final round of World Cup qualifying here with the CONCACAF. You obviously have around the world. You have teams like Egypt already. Iran qualifying. They're already in. There's a bunch of teams already in because, again, now check my little app. We are 293 days from the World Cup, Chiva.
Where are you getting this final round stuff?
It's the final round.
No, there's more games in March.
There is,
Yeah.
but it's technically considered that
Oh,
round.
okay, the last stretch of
Yeah,
it.
it's the last stretch of it.
I
Like
like
it's
it.
not like the
Yeah.
final
I was
games,
like,
obviously.
wait,
No,
there's
no,
more
no, no, no.
games.
There's
What
more
the
games.
fuck? Did I miss a whole round?
But in any case, we had ourselves a couple of matchups with Jamaica versus Mexico. Jamaica surprising a lot of people, I guess. It was easy to
My
root
thing
against
is,
them.
why do you call a player that's not fit to play? Like Jimenez, not fit to play apparently. And I mean, it's cool. Like you still need to call him.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, Chicharito's right there playing Warzone, waiting for the chance to get called up and prove himself again. And you keep starting freaking Funes Mori, dude. I'm tired of that. I'm very tired of Funes Mori.
So I told you the last day, the last podcast. Like, what if you get Funes Mori? What if you get who else did I say? Somebody else in the lineup. And you're like, no, like it's not gonna happen. Like I would hate for that. Well, it happened. Like they called 4 goalkeepers. They called 4 goalkeepers, buddy. Like
I was excited because let's see the lineup that started, right? So on goal you had go down. That's Jamaica.
Whoa.
Hey man.
Hey.
So you had Ochoa. You have to start Ochoa.
Ochoa.
I mean, Cota's playing good, but you start Ochoa. You start Sanchez, who has been playing pretty good for America. You don't start Chaka, which is great. You start Araujo, European defender in Spain. You got to start him. You have Moreno. You have Gallardo. Don't love that, right? Don't love it at all. You have HH and Guardado. I mean, I guess you kind of have to play him. And then you have Charlie Rodriguez. Awesome. Rodriguez has to start. Then you have Vega, Funes Mori, Antuna. Vega es un crack. This guy's going to go to Europe, Tony. He's next in line to go to Europe. I don't care about his size. If Orbelin was able to make it in Spain now, Alexis Vega's up next. I don't think there's another player that's more prepared, more qualified, and deserves it more than Alexis Vega going to Europe right now. I see him playing in Netherlands. I can see him playing in Spain. And I can see him being a top threat a top player in whatever team he goes and plays. This guy is the real fucking deal, man.
So what you're telling me is that this team, regardless of who they're facing, this is the best team that they could possibly get at this point with Alexis Vega. Maybe Funes Mori, no. But, it's what you have, right? Regardless of what it is, you should be able to beat the team of Jamaica.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, you should be able to beat Jamaica with players from just the Liga MX. Like, you have a national team of just Liga MX, but you should be able to beat Jamaica. You should be able to beat any of those teams. Now you're talking about U.S., Canada, then you need to bring in the big guns, right? They're playing at a top level. Probably better soccer than what Mexico's playing.
Yeah.
But, that's the lineup he had. They struggled. They were down 1-0 with an extra man in the 50th minute.
So that's when I got worried. I was really worried because it was not looking good at all. It was not looking good at all, as you said. I don't know what was going on. Like, if it was, I don't know, man. Like,
it's always the same shit.
It's always the same story. It's always the same story with Mexico in the qualifiers. And oh my God, like the fact that they already had a red card before they scored.
Yeah.
So it's an inspired man. It wasn't easy to hate Jamaica, not hate Jamaica, but per se, but it wasn't easy to not.
Pero, hey, Tony, ¿de dónde
Jamaica.
cae el gol? The goal comes from a corner kick. Balón parado.
Oh, is that something? But yeah, so the ball comes over from across. There's a bunch of mayhem in the middle of the box. Something happens, and boom, ball goes in, rolls over to the side, and it's a 1-0 affair. In the 49th minute, the second half starts. I mean.
And Mexico kept coming.
Oh, by the way, I say that it wasn't hard to dislike Jamaica for any reason other than the fact that they had Junior Flemings.
Yes.
So he's playing.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, so it was not looking good, Chiva, and some substitutions were made late. This Tata's style, I guess, lends itself to
somehow his substitutions do end up kind of working out. You end up putting Arteaga in the second half, who probably should have started over Gallardo. Gallardo has not been the same. And I've been saying this for the past, year already? He's not the same that he was in Pumas. He's not the same player from 2018 in the World Cup. That Gallardo was fucking killing it.
Tecatito also goes in. Then you have later in the game, Henry Martin also going in.
Yeah, Chaka going in early in the first half due to an
Due
injury
to an
to
injury.
Sanchez, who was pretty much not going to get any more playing time. So you have Chaka coming in, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, here we go."
Yeah, no, like the worst possible scenario was happening. But again, in here is where I'll have my like personal feelings about this. So you're losing 1-0. You're down a man. You should be destroying this team. Not even destroying. You should be comfortably winning this game.
Yeah.
Right? And then you're all the way up until pretty much the 80th minute. The 80th minute with 10 minutes left to go in the game. You have a couple of plays. You just couldn't figure out how to get to the defense of 11 men in the box for Jamaica. It always happens. Like, no saben. Like, Mexico just doesn't know what to do when everybody's stacked inside the box. They just pass it around. They don't know how to shoot. When they
That's
have
what
the
Barcelona
opportunities.
was great at doing. Remember?
Yeah, no,
Barca?
tiki-taka.
Oh my god,
they anywhere like close quarters. If you could put
Yeah.
you could put 15 people in the box in Barcelona with 3 people will figure it out, and that's what made them great, right? Like that's what made that team legendary.
You just got to be patient.
But you have look at all these guys in the middle. Like you still have your attackers. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 outside options where you can go ahead and do a long outside shot, create some chaos in the middle. Ball goes in. But again, off a ball, it was a pretty good cross. It was a defensive error by the goalkeeper for Jamaica because the ball does float and he lets it go all the way across his goal. Header into the crossbar, ball goes in, and that's what I take exception for. That's the part I don't like.
Celebrating.
He's celebrating. He's running down the sidelines with his fists, held together with his Hublot watch and just celebrating like he won the game. No, you just tied a game where you were a man up for a while, and you're walking down the sidelines just celebrating.
Yeah, no, it's unacceptable, man. It's honestly infuriating to see your manager, your coach, celebrating a tie when you're up a man. You should, like you said, you should be comfortably winning this game 3-0.
If
3-1.
Tata Martino couldn't do it with Messi, if he couldn't do it with who else did he? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Where is that
exactly
from?
what I'm talking about.
Oh, it's the video afuera del estadio.
Yes.
Like, ¿dónde agarró boletos? And it's like, oh, pues me costaron esto. And it's like, pero no, they didn't sell tickets. How were their fans there? What the fuck? And he says, si Tata Martino no pudo con Messi, y no pudo con quién? That guy, oh man.
Let's see if I can find it.
Something about Mexican coverage, like it's always hilarious, man. Like, but yeah, and then what? You had 2 minutes later, you had a goal by Alexis Vega to win the game, and that's when you celebrate, right?
I mean, that's the
it's
thing.
safe to say, right? You can celebrate it.
Celebrated. I think this is it, right?
That's it right there. Yeah, we can show this, right?
Yeah.
Uno hace el sacrificio por venir a apoyar a la selección.
One does a sacrifice to come over and support the national team.
El Tata tiene un equipazo.
El Tata has a super team.
Facts. He has a great team.
El boleto, ¿quién te lo dio?
Well, the reporter's like, who gave you the ticket?
No fans allowed in this
¿Quién
game.
te lo dio? Lo compramos, patrocinadores.
We bought it. We bought it off
Sponsors.
of sponsors.
Pero si no había boletos a la venta.
But if they weren't selling tickets, how'd you
tickets.
get tickets?
Tú dime.
You tell me.
Tú dime.
It's corruption.
It's corruption. Little Lily said it's corruption. That's how we got tickets to the game.
Bueno, a mí me costó 2,500 pesos el boleto.
It cost me
Listen to
2,500
that
pesos.
humble voice. Me costó 2,500 pesos. How much is that in dollars? $150?
Like about 150.
$150. Wow.
2,500 pesos.
125 probably.
Yeah.
Ok, entonces se los vendieron. Muy bien. Ahora, ¿por qué
He got ripped off.
quieres afuera al Tata?
So why do you want Tata out? They're asking this literally hardcore as can be, right? This man is committing crimes on camera and admitting to them. And he's like, so why do you want the manager out? You guys won, right? Essentially.
Si no pudo con Neymar ni Messi, ¿qué va a querer con esa selección?
If he couldn't do it with Neymar or Messi?
What the fuck?
What does he want to be doing with this national team? That's to the core. That's the root of that's the solution. Put this guy in charge. Like clearly he gets it. Clearly he gets it. So that was that game, right? So that was obviously the
by
Jamaica
far Alexis
game.
Vega the best player in Mexico in this game, by far. Which, by the way, he took number 10 away from Orbelin.
Yeah. No, I was really impressed with Alexis Vega. Yeah. I was really impressed with Alexis Vega.
I mean, you shouldn't be.
I shouldn't be. Okay.
You shouldn't be. Anyone that watches Chivas and you're a Chivas fan, you know what Vega can do. And you know what he's capable of. And you know how good he is and how talented he is. And it pisses me off that people are barely seeing that. And this kid has been special since he was at Toluca, man.
And so, so that ball does eventually cross the line. Hopefully this doesn't get taken down. Oh, it's an English commentary. Oh,
yeah.
Gross.
Paramount Plus commentary was...
Yikes.
Yikes. Yeah. I like the commentary for, I think what game was that? I think it was Cholos versus Leon under 18, under 20. That commentary was way better. They should hire those guys.
Yes to the chat. Let's definitely not overlook the ethnic connection, how it's good. Thank you, Hardwire. We also have
also me.
He's like, they just parked the bus against the USA and Mexico, to be honest, said Ricardo over on the YouTube comments. I mean, it's true. Like, that's CONCACAF ball, right?
But that's how everyone plays the big teams in anything. Like, when you see Barcelona playing Champions League against anyone before, not this Barcelona, sorry, 619 Soccer, not this Barcelona, but before, when Barcelona was very dominant, that's how teams would play. They would park the bus and hope for a counterattack. And that's how they always played Mexico. Everyone plays Mexico the same style. We're going to park the bus and get a counterattack. And it usually works. Or they know they can score off a set piece.
So does everybody just suck in CONCACAF and Canada has, like, the advantage? I mean, the boy Brandon over here, Costa Rica isn't overrated, which we'll get to in a bit, but LMAO couldn't beat the worst Costa Rican side I've seen.
That's also how you know it's bad for Mexico. And not just Mexico, but CONCACAF in general. Like, the talent, the competition, I like to think that it's getting better overall for CONCACAF, and that's what I like to believe, right? That's why Mexico's not where it's at right now. But in reality is Tata is just not the man anymore for the team, and that's how it usually goes for Mexico.
Was he ever the man?
I mean, you get coaches that start winning and start playing not the best teams, and they get this 20-0 record, 20 straight wins, and this guy's the real fucking deal. But then you have them making questionable subs, questionable call-ups, and you have been people asking for Tata to be out for quite a while already.
Do you want Tata out?
I absolutely do.
Who would you replace him with right now?
Oh, in a heartbeat, either bring back Piojo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, by far, my favorite Mexican coach that had Mexico was Piojo Herrera. Like, that 2014 World Cup was something special, man. Had we not been robbed, Mexico would have gotten to quarterfinals, maybe semifinals in that World Cup. And the relation, like, I'm a strong believer when it comes to being a coach for national teams. It's more about chemistry and the players wanting to play for the coach and country than it comes to the tactics. Le tienes que echar huevos cuando estás con la selección.
Yeah.
Like, your tactics and your strategy-wise, that's more when you're playing on a club-level team. International level, I feel like that's when you need to inspire your players to be passionate for their flag and want to win for the people. And that's what Piojo Herrera did for that 2014 World Cup team for Mexico. And I want that back. Either that or Almeida. Almeida knows how to do that as well. He did it with Chivas. Almeida. He did, dude. What he did with Chivas was special. Nobody could do that. Nobody else would have done that. That team was good, had special players, but with this guy, man, he made them a family straight up, dude. And that's what you need to have for a national team.
What about this? What do you think about this? Our friend Jesse over from Chavos, and also really good at soccer. He knows what he talks about. Yes, he knows what he's talking about.
Julian Araujo. Okay, I need to do a better job. I started to watch more MLS, or at least Mexicans in MLS. Julian Araujo, right back for LA Galaxy. He is going to most likely get a start this upcoming game, which is, when do they play again? They play tomorrow against Panama. He's most likely going to start. Chaka got a yellow card, and he is disqualified from playing in the next game. which is great news to everyone in Mexico. Everyone started cheering when him and Hector Moreno got those yellow cards because now they can't play the next game. So with Sanchez out, the only other right back you have is Araujo.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you do some bold stuff and play like Rodriguez, like what's his name? That other left back, Rodriguez on the right side.
Yes.
Some weird shit. Just give Araujo a chance. Give him a shot, right? So hopefully that happens. Johan Vasquez needs to be starting. He hasn't really started. Like this dude needs to be a set starter. He's playing in Italy. He's getting minutes with Genoa. Like start him next to Araujo or Cesar Montes, who had a decent game. But yeah, like I agree with Jesse. Julian Araujo should most likely get that start. But yeah, Tony, it's looking rough for Mexico.
All right. So again, we're admitting that, yeah, it's looking rough, but some other people that are not admitting that it is looking rough because it really is. And they have a chance to lose against the worst team in CONCACAF tomorrow, which is Honduras. You have the U.S. national team who barely beat El Salvador 1-0 on Thursday.
Yes, and here's the thing with the U.S., right? You have a bunch of young players that they need to have the right men at the wheel. And from what I've heard a lot of people say is that their coach, Berhalter, he's not the man for that. He makes some questionable call-ups and starting lineups. These guys have talent, Tony. Like, these guys are real fucking talent, and it's scary.
Yeah.
Look at this line. They didn't have Gio Reyna on there.
They don't. Gio Reyna is out, but, you go back to the goalkeeper, Turner. The goalkeepers in the USA are popping off in Europe, so yeah. I will give that up.
Which upsets me because Mexican goalkeepers get overlooked by European teams all the time because Mexico has always had great goalkeepers.
Yeah, 100%. Sergio Dest still technically Barcelona. Okay, I'll give you that. Center backs I'm not very familiar with, but I know they're quality. They're all right. Like they're not bad whatsoever. They're good. If you want to look over at Robinson, who was the one that actually got Moshe who got the winning goal in this, Weston McKennie, obviously over still in the Serie A with Juventus, Adams, Musa, it's just quality overall.
Players getting minutes in Europe.
That kid, I love the way he plays. Like I have to admit, that's the way. He's a really good player.
Yeah, you have Pulisic, your captain, and
who? And subbing people like Zardes, and then you still have Ricardo Pepi. You have quality, right?
They didn't even have Sargent up there who gets constant minutes in the EPL. So I've heard a lot of people start talking smack to Mexican fans, especially us, now that we're in the circles of the U.S. national team. So what happened? What's going on? Like facts. Big facts.
What's going on, U.S.? Like, what are your excuses? Like,
usually Mexicans. Comments. There's people defending the U.S.
I know. We're gonna see what the comments light
up. I'll tell you what I think happened. When you have a group of young players and not the right coach, right? You have to encourage them. You have to motivate them to play their hearts out. And maybe they got a little cocky. Maybe got a little too confident that they're probably the best team in CONCACAF right now. They have beaten Mexico. They swept Mexico in 2021. But at the end of the day, you got to remember, humble yourself. You got to win the games. You got to get the points. Barely beating these games. Yes, you're getting the 3 points. You're getting the job done. But it's not convincing, right? And that's the story of Mexico over the last decades. Yep. Like, we get the points. We get to the World Cup consistently, but it's never that convincing.
Yep. And, that's the thing. Like, they know what it's like to fail. Like, and that what people say, Mexico, watch when you guys miss a World Cup. Okay, we'll get to that bridge when we get to it. But you guys have, and hopefully at this point we never feel. But
Weston McKennie is the real Captain America.
Yes. So we can say this. Our very own Alan Underwood in the comment section. 2026 is when the U.S. and Mexico will have the best chance to win the World Cup, and just got to qualify. It doesn't matter if it's first, second, or third. And that's the thing, right? First, second, third in CONCACAF does end up making the World Cup directly. Fourth place goes into a additional game over probably against New Zealand.
Yeah, into a playoff match.
Probably against New Zealand.
We say New Zealand, that's what Mexico ended up playing in 2014. 2014.
Don't you ever forget it, Nick. Don't you ever forget it.
But yeah, man, the U.S. Canada. Let's talk about Canada real quick.
So Canada, and
Who,
yes,
by the way, 2-0. 2-0.
you guys
It
seem to
doesn't-
really like that.
It doesn't feel nice, huh?
You guys seem to really like that scoreline, huh?
I mean, you even lose by
it's
it.
the magical scoreline. It seems to come up every time. Oh my goodness! Well, it came
Hey,
up, and
hey,
your
hey,
number got called.
They win by it. They lose by it.
Hey, at least they're loyal to the soil for it.
They're loyal to the 2-0.
I like that. But yeah, so Canada. I mean, even before you get to 2-0, I mean, Canada's been leading for a hot minute here.
Dude, they're cleared 4 points. They're ending this this part of the World Cup qualifiers for this month in first place. Even if they lose, they're clear 4 points. They ended up being the U.S. 2-0 without Alfonso Davis, by the way. That kid, Jonathan David, he's fucking good.
So is
They
it
they have some great players, man.
So is it a golden generation for Canada?
You would have to assume so, right?
I can't imagine. Wait, ese vato el portero with those pants with pockets. I identify with that guy so hard. Like, I identify with that dude so hard. Like, it takes a real person to be like, nah, I'm gonna wear what I want and what I want to be comfortable in. It isn't limited to anything. He just wears like sweatpants with pockets. I like playing with shorts with pockets. It's very.
What about the
weird.
pocket? What do you like about you just chill and go with like
No,
hands in your pockets or
don't
what?
know. I don't know. I can't tell you. Like, I've never liked padding. I've never liked padding.
You got enough padding on
Puppy,
yourself
I've
already.
always had the badonkadonk. But no, like I've like pockets. So I identify with that guy so hard.
Okay. Pockets for goalkeepers.
Pockets full of
That's
sunshine.
that's the key, guys.
Pockets full of sunshine.
If you're a goalkeeper, do you like pockets? Do you like pockets on your shorts or
goalkeepers are
pants?
Listening. Shout out Austin.
Hey, that's what we're gonna ask him.
Yeah,
You
we
like
will.
pockets?
You like pockets?
Well, can someone in the chat explain to me what happened against Canada?
I know you guys are there.
Like,
you guys are talking.
can someone tell me? Is Canada that much better than everyone right now? Basically, yes, right?
2-0. I love it because they are French up there too. Parlez-vous français? Oui, oui.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be great to have, the U.S. not be first. Is it Canada? I guess. In that case, I would like the U.S. to not be second, and that's very, very possible.
Like, does it matter who goes first, second, third? It really doesn't, right?
It really doesn't. Like, at the end of the day, it really doesn't. But yeah, it's a pride thing, right? Like, do you want to go in first? Do you want to go in second? Or do you want to go in third?
I mean,
we've made
the
the
goal
World
is
Cup.
to make it.
Yeah, we've made the World Cup de panzazo. Again, who was it earlier was saying like, oh, like Mexico relies on their talent. Like, no, we've relied on the U.S. and it sucks. We've relied on the U.S. and it definitely sucks. But no, like it's gonna be an interesting last couple games. So the 2-0, right? It was up in Tim Hortons Stadium.
But we're giving these guys so much shit. Let's talk about how Mexico couldn't beat Costa Rica real quick.
Oh.
Yeah, let's settle back down.
Oh.
Because not only are we gonna roast you guys, but we are gonna talk shit about our beloved national team as well when they don't perform, which has been the hot topic lately for them.
Hot topic.
Mexico ended up playing Brandon's very own Costa Rica, and this game happened during the Rams game for the most part.
Uh-oh.
But I was watching the Rams game and the Mexico game in two different TVs. So the lineup, Tony, the lineup for this team.
Now Costa Rica with the only people I recognize being Keylor Navas, Joel Campbell, and Oviedo. I know Oviedo.
Yeah. Like
who? Who?
Brian Reese came in as a sub.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Brian Reese.
Yeah, I know Brian Reese.
Like Mexico, Ochoa on goal, back-to-back games. I would like to see Cota get minutes, get the starting spot
Why not? Why not?
against Panama.
Yeah.
You start Chaca Rodriguez. Boo. Cesar Montes. Okay. Gold. He played in the Olympics. He was great. Another start for Hector Moreno. Boo. Gallardo again on the left back. This defense is based out of Monterrey. Montes, Moreno, Gallardo, all from Monterrey. Chaca from Tigres, who's also in Monterrey. They kept the clean sheet, right?
They
They kept the
good
clean
job.
sheet.
I mean,
Which is expected all the time like, in any type of in this type of games.
should we just reset our expectations? Is that what we're learning, Chiva? Like we just can't expect. Like we say, like we expected them to.
I guess we might have to.
We expected the
We might have to.
destroy Canada.
You get Edson Alvarez back, the contención, who had a pretty terrible game.
Mm-hmm.
Edson Alvarez had a pretty bad game, and I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean,
this does happen when European players are playing at great level with their clubs, and then you come back to this fucking shit dumpster.
Just crap.
Charlie Rodriguez, who was playing pretty good, but ended up getting subbed out. Ache played the whole game again, and I have a problem with that. Ache should not be playing the 90 minutes anymore when you have talent. You put in Orbelin in second half at the center mid, which is, in my opinion, his best position, not winger, center mid. This guy's quick. He moves the ball well. He passes the ball well. With that pace, he's kind of like a more attacking Conte. Not comparing, obviously, to Conte, but that similar play style. Very very fast, like very low center of gravity.
Yeah.
So it's hard to knock him down.
I like that. You got to tell the people who these players are. Like, not just like, oh, Chaka, this, Chaka, because people don't know. You got to liken them to some, like he's like a this person. He's like a this person. Yeah. He plays like this. I like that of you.
So you start Tecatito again. You have to start him, right? You have to start Chukis, and again, Funes Mori on top. Jimenez not available again, so you make a decision, Funes Mori or Henry Martin. Again, Chicharito sitting down playing Warzone when he could be here scoring.
But that's a call-up. So you can't do anything
that's
about
the call-up.
You can't do
this is what you have. He already fucked up there. Chucky, man, this guy needs to be more clinical with his finishing. He had so many shots that just went over the crossbar.
Let's get clinical.
Anybody get that reference from Tony?
They do. No, I mean, people do. Yeah, no.
He was so happy I got it. I was like, dude, okay, I'm not that
Technical.
You bring in Romo, second half, Vega, Orbelin Pineda, Arteaga, Henry Martin. Similar subs as the last game. Doesn't work this time. He kind of waits very, very late to make those important subs like Vega and Henry Martin. Dude, like, you have talent that's not getting any minutes, Tony.
Okay. So what are we going to do about it? We can't.
We can't do anything about it. I mean, people are already not watching the games, especially in the stadium. But what would it take for Tata to be out if they don't win this next game?
They have to be in real peril to not qualify.
Because if you lose to Panama, you go down to fourth place. What, you like how I corrected my...
I like how you definitely... Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, because I was like, Panama.
The Panamas.
You lose to Panama, you go down to fourth place, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's when it's worrying, because then you have 3 games left.
And Panama, like, they have a vested interest in beating both the U.S. and Mexico because, the U.S. scoring that goal in Panama, they were about to make the World Cup. They were seconds away from making a World Cup. Even last year, like, they were last World Cup, there was a chance, but didn't quite make it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Panama's a real threat. Anything can still happen. It's still very fluid. Let's see how many matches we have left.
You guys hear that? Panama is a real threat. That's what we're at now.
Yeah, bro.
That's what we're at now.
Usually it's Panama being a threat because they can't get the Suez Canal to work, and you got cruise liners stuck in it. But yeah, so there's Mexico-Panama. That's tomorrow. March 24th, March 27th, and March 30th. You have Mexico-USA, Mexico-Honduras, and Mexico-El Salvador. We are planning, actually, we haven't even talked about it here, to go to O'Brien's on March 24th and watch the Mexico-U.S. game amongst you people. Amongst whatever it is that you call yourself.
Well, you're not going to wear Mexico because you don't wear Mexico
I do not wear
jerseys.
Mexico. I'll
wear
wear
the flag?
green. Green.
Will you wear the flag?
I'll wear the flag.
We're going to go with flags.
Yeah, I'm down.
Faces painted.
And then, hopefully we're not welcome with AAA batteries and bags of urine. Likewise, we won't. We will not provide our own.
We'll take bags of beer.
That's interesting. You drink bags of soda. That's bags of beer. That's actually
wow. Huh. Bags of tequila. I've had tequila in bags. Have you ever had tequila in a bag?
No.
You're clearly having gone to a festival.
Yeah, no,
That's the way.
I prefer to not be filthy.
Fine, spend $30 on a shot of tequila in a festival. He's like, I just won't
Old
go.
school, smuggle it in, bro.
There you go.
But yeah, so if you lose to Panama, you're in real trouble. Again, same situation with the U.S., right? So if you go and look at the U.S.'s standing, obviously they are in second place. Still trying to get used to the Stream Deck buttons. They're still in second place, and their matches also for same people, right? Honduras, Mexico, Panama, which is going to be important, and Costa Rica. At that point, I don't think Costa Rica will have a chance. But 2 very important games for the U.S., Mexico, and Panama.
Oh,
If they
Tony.
lose- So what happens if they both lose?
Wait.
Huh.
Are we going to rely on the U.S. beating Panama on the 27th for Mexico to maybe have a chance of qualifying? Oh, shit. There's one more game after that. But based on how the standings could potentially look, like, we might need some help again, guys. Like,
This brings
that'll be very, very interesting.
this brings me back to dark times. If we're talking about if we're relying on,
This was 8 years ago.
oh my God, that was 8 years ago. Was this it?
Not our proudest moments as Mexican fans.
Some of you, again, that listen to a certain radio program on the airways might recognize this upcoming bar.
We love you forever and ever. God bless America, doctor, Estados Unidos, nos mete.
Oh, you gotta love this guy, man. You gotta love this guy.
I did commentary in the same booth that guy
Yes,
does
you
it
did.
in
Yes, you
This
did.
is
Nowhere near the
wild.
same level. but-
Nowhere near. But dark times when Panama had to lose, and we were rooting against Panama and rooting for the U.S. in that matchup.
We'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again.
So what happens? What happens if Mexico and the U.S. get rid of their coaches because they both lose against Honduras and they lose against Panama?
Well, it'd be interesting to see who the U.S. brings. Again, I already told you my candidates that Mexico should bring in. But like again,
Back up Bruce Arenas.
it'd be interesting to see if the U.S. does do that. I don't think they will, being in second place, and I think they should be able to handle Honduras. But yeah, man, it's very interesting how in the CONCACAF teams panic and they fire their coach right before the World Cup and bring someone else
It
in.
ends up working out too.
It
It's
really
like
does.
Chelsea. Whenever they fire a manager,
Yes.
they end up winning the Champions League or the title the next year. Getting some comments here. 23 points is the magic number. U.S. wins and Costa Rica loses. The U.S. clinches. Yikes. Yes, Martinoli vibes. Interesting, Ricardo. Edson Alvarez has no vision, only passes to the sides.
Edson Alvarez's job is as a center defensive mid. Yes, vision is very important.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's hard to judge him based on a few games. If you manage to see him throughout what he's done the last couple of years, ever since he's gone to Ajax, I mean, you don't get starting lineup at Ajax if you don't have vision, especially the way Ajax plays. They move the ball well. And that's also the way they play, right? They pass side to side and back and tiki-taka style. But Edson Alvarez is for sure one of the best players that Mexico has.
Hey, man, USL, U.S. Soccer, we have the boy, Alan Underwood, our very own Alan Underwood. Jesse Marsh would be the name out there if it goes down to the U.S., probably who might be the guy for 2026.
Okay.
So it's interesting that they're already looking over to 2026. I honestly think the Mexican side isn't even there. Like, they're not.
We'll have 4 coaches by 2026, which is fucking sad, but it's true.
That's not. I was thinking about, like, what is that? Are you like, no, like, that's possible. It's very much
It's
possible.
very true.
Yeah, no, like interims here and there.
No, not even counting interims.
So are we rooting for Team Drake? Views from the 6?
I don't say
the
rooting for
great
them. I at the end of the
Maples.
day, I want Mexico to be first place.
Yeah, definitely. Do you not like Canada?
Like, I've never been there myself, so I
no,
don't know.
I'll be, yeah, but I mean,
Is it cold all the time over there?
I assume parts, most of
Then I
it.
fucking hate it. I'm sure it's a nice place, but when it comes to like World Cup qualifiers, no, I don't like. I don't like my enemies. I don't like people that play my team. So no, I don't like Canada. No, I don't like the U.S. No, I don't like any other countries in the World Cup qualifiers for CONCACAF.
Absolutely. But I think right now we will get to it, and we will do a more in-depth breakdown when it comes to those matches coming up for the U.S. and Mexico. As I said, we're probably planning on going to O'Brien's into enemy territory and see what happens. But anything else for CONCACAF? Obviously, the games are tomorrow. You have the Mexico versus Panama game tomorrow. ¿Qué horas es?
A las 7 p.m.
7 p.m. And
Fuck,
then,
I have a fucking quarterfinal game at 7:50.
is that why you asked me if we had an interview
Yes,
tomorrow?
yes. I asked you if we
Because
have
you had
something
a
tomorrow.
game?
It's a quarterfinal game.
How did you make it to a quarterfinal?
We got 7th place. You barely made it. No, but we had a lot of people not showing. I mean, I didn't go to like 4 games this season.
Oh, that's why
Because
you
of-
guys are in 7th place.
Yeah, yo soy
You were
listo, yo soy listo. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
I have 2 goals this season, all right?
Okay.
2 goals this season.
Okay, none of them against me.
I have scored against you.
No, and not in
No.
open play. You've never scored against me in
I have.
open
I
play.
have.
No,
I
you have not.
Tony, I have beaten you in skill challenges, and I'll do it
That's
again.
not-
You
that's
name
not
the
open
place
play.
and the time, and I will destroy you.
We just played last week and you couldn't score on me.
I didn't. I played
Well,
defense.
stop playing defense.
That's what I like to play.
Well, then stop saying you're going to score on me because you're clearly
'Cause I
not. You're too
can't.
much of a.
Let's go play Sunday then. Let's go again and play Sunday. Let's go play Sunday, and I'm gonna strap the GoPro and score on you.
I'm gonna score on you somehow. I'm gonna
What?
nutmeg you. I'm gonna nutmeg you
Okay.
from goal. It's gonna be glorious.
Okay,
Pato, they're not gonna let you play up front.
I play whatever the fuck I want to play there. But anyways, I completely forgot there were games tomorrow. So did I. But yeah, that's pretty much what we have for CONCACAF. It's way too close for Mexico, and I hate it. But transfer deadline happened, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Not just for
Two
here,
balls
but-
and a mic.
not just for 2 hours in a month, but there was some big signings in the month of January. Apparently, the biggest signing was Dusan Blahovic from Fiorentina to Juventus, 63 million euros. He's taking over number 7 right after Ronaldo. Will there be a Ronaldo curse, you think, in Juventus?
I don't think so. Like
Not as bad as Man U?
No, Juventus is just a different animal, and the thing about it is that I don't.
I mean, it's happened in Madrid with Hazard.
Yeah, I mean, but he was there for how many years? Like he was Ronaldo over at Juventus was just a short stint, and it wasn't that long. He wasn't important enough in their history. Like you can't say Real Madrid without Ronaldo. You can say Juventus without Ronaldo.
Yeah,
like,
you can, for sure.
Easily. Mira, Del Piero, mira. Trezeguet,
But a ver qué trae este
Zidane.
morro, ¿no?
Zinedine Zidane. Yeah, I mean,
He's 21 years old.
and he's
From-
got the number
from
7.
Serbia.
Yeah, and I mean, Manchester United knows like a couple things about fumbling the number 7 too.
Yeah, so for sure.
Who was it? Who was it after Ronaldo? Valencia?
Di Maria. Oh, Valencia switched it.
Yeah, because he couldn't handle the pressure
Didn't he break his ankle? Right, number 7?
and his spirit.
Yeah, then Di Maria, then yeah, it was terrible. Second biggest signing in January, Tony. Can you guess?
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to Barcelona.
That guy was fucking free, dude.
I know. I mean, it was
Ferran Torres.
it was made. So, okay, I completely forgot about that because
Man
that
City,
was
Barca
done.
made that move. That was already done prior to the start of January.
Wait, one minute that link that you're looking at up here.
46 million euros. Who knows how Barcelona started crapping money again?
I mean, yeah, they can just create money.
You know who spent the most money this January transfer window?
Newcastle.
They overpaid for other fucking
They had
players.
Trippier. They have
Bruno Guimaraes.
Guimaraes from Olympique Lyon.
Yeah,
So
33
I mean,
million
Olympique
euros.
Lyon is known to have a lot of starlets and very incredibly amazing players come out of their academy, and I mean and from their teams too, not necessarily academy. Trippier.
Yeah, they had a lot of signings. The next big signing in Europe overall, Liverpool's making moves. Luis Diaz from Porto, 33 million. 25-year-old.
Wait, no me lo pusiste.
Oh, you want me to put it?
Yeah, we put it on the doc so the great people on YouTube can see. But like I said, Liverpool is making moves and getting younger. They have a young base if they wanted to. But it's really scary what they're doing over there, especially with, them being second place and all. Like, that's a second place team doing first place moves, and they're not anywhere near right now. I'm saying Man City. But yeah, so that's what went down. You also have, not necessarily player moves, but another big move.
Yeah,
Everton.
Yes, Everton.
Super
I'm so upset, but I'm excited because Van de Beek is one of my favorite players at the moment.
Yeah.
This guy is freaking beast, and Man U got him to waste that talent as Man United does, right? We're known to kind of kill careers in the last couple of years, but Van de Beek managed to way out on loan to Everton, and I think he's going to shine. Is Frank Lampard is he going to build a super team with Everton like he did with Chelsea?
The last time Frank Lampard was tasked with making a team, he built a team that won the Champions League in that same year. So I'm not saying Everton's going to be winning the Champions League anytime soon, but I can see them doing some damage in the upcoming year, especially if they...
And Dele Alli.
Yeah, no, Dele Alli also... I mean, it can turn around really quickly for Everton here. Not that I've liked Everton, but I respect Everton for the type of team that they are and the type of moves that they typically make here and there.
Another great signing, and I think he's going to stay in River Plate the remaining of the season. Julian Alvarez. This kid is, if I'm not mistaken, he's very young. I think he's 22 years old. From River Plate going to Manchester City. Manchester City is signing a bunch of South American young talent. And it is scary to see what they end up doing in the future with these players. One of the big signings also, Ricardo Pepi from FC Dallas to Augsburg.
Boo.
50 million, I think they overpaid. 19-year-old striker. We'll see what he does over in the Bundesliga.
I still think we overpaid for whatever the fuck Pulisic was worth.
50 million?
Ugh.
50 million. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But yeah, man, lots of things happening. Also, you have Traore to Barcelona.
So Adama Traore, who is part of La Masia, he came through the system.
Yes, he did.
He left and played in some lower divisions in England, and then he got developed, got yoked. I've never seen, obviously, a player be so buff and stuff, but like in a Barcelona jersey, he's gonna look very weird.
Now, how does he fit that style?
I don't know, dude. What style? We talked about, like, I don't know what style we're talking about with Barcelona. Like, is he going to fit the style? Is he going to be this? Is he going to be that?
I think he's there to change it up, right?
Yeah,
exactly. They have to do something. But yeah, and then Aubameyang.
Aubameyang goes over on a free, 32-year-old.
Which, by the way, it's a huge upgrade from Luke de Jong.
Yes.
Like, they're struggling with Luke de Jong.
I mean, they were struggling. Luke de Jong looked like he had flashes of a good player in him. Memphis Depay was there. He obviously goes down with an injury. But speaking of going down with an injury, there was also not necessarily transfer news, but, I mean, he will be transferred, hopefully, to a facility. Mason Greenwood transferred, hopefully, to Jail FC. ¿Qué pedo? You guys are harboring criminals. Like, what is wrong? Jesus Christ.
I was shocked when I found out and disgusted, obviously.
Jesus Christ. Wait,
dude,
jeez.
What he did was 1,000% not okay.
Inexcusable. Yeah.
And hopefully he does get put away for a while in jail. This guy's, a lot of people are talking, this guy's career is over and this and that. Dude, this guy ruined that girl's freaking life.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like, I don't care about him at this point. Like, for
people that I get it, we love soccer and we love sports, and we're always gonna look at everything through a sports lens.
Yeah,
but it's very ignorant of us to say, and I say us, not just us two specifically, like anyone in this field, across the world, to say, "Oh, Greenwood's career is over." Bro, this is bigger than sports. At the end of the day, this is a game. It's a business. This guy ruined a fucking life. And like you told me, like, she recorded it, and there's a voice recording of it.
Yeah, obviously, like, there's a voice recording, and typically in these cases, it seems like traditionally, like there's been incidences before. That's how she knew to push record at that time and whatever. Like, good. He's gonna be taken care of and to the full extent of the British law.
Put away in jail for sure, man.
And that's where that's fine. And
yeah, man.
I'm just gonna say though, Mason Mount would never.
Yeah,
Mason Mount
and
would
you know who said it best?
never.
It was Mourinho. He said it best. We idolize this soccer players. We need to be idolizing engineers, doctors, like this real life heroes.
That's what like Jose Mourinho.
When he says a lot of these players, we idolize them and they're complete shit people.
Yeah, no, like it's you know, it's crazy. Again,
Yeah.
there's been some pretty terrible soccer players before, like who does some pretty bad things, but like, you know, it's a different time. So moving on from that, another transfer is Eriksson, who is coming back from being transferred from a hospital. He's somehow allowed and clear to play. Like,
props to Ajax for allowing him to be training with the reserves teams, and props to Brentford. I don't so do you say props to Brentford, or are you like, Brentford, what the fuck are you doing risking this man's life still?
aren't everybody risking their life?
Yes.
Aren't they all? I mean, if he
what
wants
what
to,
level do you expect from
if
him?
he's allowed to, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from a dude that died on the field, like a literal
This
zombie.
is the greatest soccer comeback ever.
Like, he's gonna do some good stuff. Like, the talent's still there. Again, if he's medically okay and cleared to play,
Brentford just got a hell of a signing.
I could have gotten a heart attack at the soccer halftime game. Like, you just never know, right? Like,
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't have been playing more than anybody. Like, but no, I mean, he's a guy that's fit. Obviously, stuff went down in the Euros, and it's just a good thing that he's able to come back and do what he loves. Because I'll power to him. Like, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. Like, I can't hope to think of a situation where it's like, oh, like, this is gonna happen again. But you know, I'll power to him. Not an actual transfer. They won't actually play until next year. But
Mbappe?
You have Mbappe. Mbappe
Yes.
is apparently already reached an agreement with Real Madrid. Everything is 100% done. Mbappe will join Real Madrid as a free agent. So what happened, boy?
PSG got a taste of their own medicine, signing all these players for free, right?
The big clubs aren't Real Madrid. The new generation doesn't want to go to these teams anymore. It's all about Barcelona and Real Madrid are the two biggest teams in the world. Period.
Yeah.
Like,
But, okay, you're
yeah.
taking what I said out of context, and when I said,
Roll the footage.
when I said before, players, they don't want to play for these big teams anymore, like Madrid and Barca. They rather play in competitive environments like in the Premier League. That is still true.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is players' dreams to play for Madrid and for Barcelona and for their favorite team growing up. It's no secret that Mbappe grew up a Real Madrid fan.
Yeah.
It's not a secret to anyone at all. And good for him playing for his childhood team. If you got the chance to play for your favorite all-time soccer team, you would do it in a heartbeat. So now the chance was given to Mbappe to be able to do this. He refused to sign a contract with PSG, who was probably going to offer more money than Real Madrid, if we're being honest. This guy wants a new challenge. He wants to play, not even that he wants a new challenge. He wants to make history with his favorite team. And honestly, I do respect him for that. He's passionate about it. He's going where his heart is. And at the end of the day, this is his job. And what do they say about jobs? If you're doing what you love, it's not a job. And this guy's going to play for the team he loves. So be careful, La Liga. If I was a Barcelona fan, I'd be very, very worried for next season because this guy is going to tear it up. He tears it up in the French league. The La Liga is not as different.
Yeah, no, it really isn't. It's a league that, you know, you have a couple of top flights, and I think it lends itself. His fast pace and lightning quick dribbling and skills overall lends itself to just cut right through that league like a hot knife and butter. Just because That league is slow, methodical. They pass back, they pass this. The counterattacking that Real Madrid is going to be able to produce with Mbappe in there is going to be insane.
Now, do you play him at what's gonna happen? Do you play him at striker? Do you play?
Does Hazard leave? I mean, Hazard has to leave.
Right wing.
I want Hazard out of there.
So potentially you could have Vinicius, Benzema, and Mbappe.
That would be nasty.
Yeah,
That'd be nasty. And then see, you got Benzema for a couple of years. So, I mean, you pretty much have the heir apparent to Benzema in Mbappe, not just in the National League for France, but for Real Madrid. So you just slide him into the middle. Now you just got to worry about somebody on the sides. What do you develop Rodrigo a little bit? Do you have Vinicius then switch over to there? Do you look for something later at the right or left position?
Very interesting.
That opens so much possibilities for
Madrid
Madrid.
is going to do next season, and it's something to definitely look forward to.
Luke de Jong better watch out.
Oh,
because it's going to be a rough couple of years if he's there. But I mean, hopefully they turn stuff around. But in any case, I think that's pretty much most of the big signings that happened and transfers across the globe. But no, I mean, it's a really cool time to be. It's a really cool time to be a soccer fan in general.
It always is.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Siempre. But that's enough soccer, man.
Thank you again for those of you joining us for this long, and appreciate everything you guys have done for us and sticking around. And again, leave the comments here. La conversación aquí sigue.
Football talk is almost over, guys. The season's coming to an end. But it is time to talk about the NFL. Try doing your voice. I can't. NFL. Terrible.
That was actually not a bad try. It was terrible.
Terrible.
The NFL is sponsored in part by Subway sandwiches. Consistently consistent across the nation. $5 footlongs need to come back.
February any? It is February.
February.
But yeah, so NFL. Biggest news before the games, or after the games, right?
Yeah. Before?
No,
it
this
was
happened
reported.
after.
It was reported.
It was first reported, but now it has been confirmed. The GOAT, Tom Brady,
Thomas Edward
announces
Brady.
his retirement via his Instagram. And again, it was reported first, and everyone started posting it. And this guy says, "No, I haven't made up my mind." Just completely making everyone look like a dumbass.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would too. Like, if I didn't feel like it was the right time for that to be announced and somebody announced it, then
You don't take it away from him.
No, you don't take. I mean, you don't take it away from him. But like, I mean, how would you have felt if somebody had dropped and leaked the info about Alan Underwood being
I
part of
would've
the
been
Two Balls
pretty
and a Mic podcast
Pretty
with
upset.
absolutely no reason and just for stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he is retiring. We'll cover him probably a little bit more in the next week because there is no games next week because it's that week before the Super Bowl with the Pro Bowls. He is a again record-breaking Pro Bowl player. Once again, I think it's 15-time Pro Bowl player.
Yeah, so I like that. Next week we'll get to talk about all this different news, different head coaches going places, lawsuits being filed.
Yeah,
So
no,
we'll get to that
is
next week for sure.
wild. Brian Flores, Jesus Christ. I mean, we talked to Brian about some Brian Flores with an actual Miami Dolphin fan.
Yeah.
Shout out Dave Williamson, who hooked it up with some tickets over for he's the opener and close confidant of one Bert Kreischer, and hooked it up with some tickets over at the Civic Center in San Diego. We'll talk about that a little bit towards the end. But it happened. It happened. Two games. You had the AFC, the NFC championship. You had 4 teams left, the top 4, the final 4. The best 4 teams in the league, maybe, question mark, perhaps. Josh Allen doesn't think so. Pain, period.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone thought the winner of the Bills against the Chiefs game was going to be the team going to the Super Bowl. You know who had a different idea? Joe Burrow.
So, Joe
This
Burrow.
guy's the real fucking deal, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you can say, I think, that Kansas City lost this game.
Yes.
You can very much, and the
Okay,
Bengals
you
won
scored
the game.
3 points in the second half. You're not going to win.
Yeah, 100%. And, it's very not like Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to not be able to score. So that's a big testament to the defense that stepped up for the Cincinnati Bengals in the second half. But as far as the first half for the Chiefs, these fools were rolling.
Oh, they were
rolling.
dominant. And that's what everyone expected to see, right?
I thought it was over. I really thought it was
Yes.
over. This is Chiefs football. Like, this is what they do best. This is how they do it. They go and march down the field. Patrick Mahomes giving
No. They go and march down the field in 5 plays and score a touchdown.
Yeah, and it just sending pandemonium. It is the home of the Chiefs, the Arrowhead
The
Stadium.
Chiefs were 21-0 when Tyreek Hill scores a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
This is Tyreek Hill's first loss as the Chiefs when he scores a touchdown.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what a game to lose. But yeah, so the Chiefs, were going up 14-3 at some point. They kept moving on down. They kept moving the chains. They were playing their football, offensive football. And you were kind of like, this is what we expected. You know, the Bengals, they gave it the old college try. They're really going after it. But you know what? It's just overbearing what the Chiefs are doing. They were up 21-10 at some point. Still,
Why not go for 3 points on the end of the half?
because they were confident. They were really confident, and this is how Andy Reid does. Like, you live by the Andy Reid, you die by the Andy Reid. And unfortunately for the Chiefs, you died by the Andy Reid this time. But yeah, so in the third quarter, pretty much began 21-10.
Yeah.
It's still a doable game. Any 2 possession, 3 possession, even 3 possession with any time on the clock is a doable game. And so you're like, all right, well, it's possible. Let's see what Joey can do. The defense kind of laxed a little bit for the Chiefs. There were some injuries here and there, but Joey Burrow, Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins coming up huge and across the middle in that second half. Joe Burrow found him. Mixon was huge in here. So a lot of the piece of Joe Burrow did the throws that he needed to do. Not only that,
with the shittiest of O-lines.
Yes. And you know what they chose?
Man.
You know what they chose instead of getting him protection, other than his buddy from LSU, Jamar Chase, which I guess now you can see that the formula actually works. People were like, there were so many quarterbacks that are getting matched up with their college wide receivers. You had Tua Tagovailoa with Waddle. Then you have Devontae Smith with Hurts over in Philadelphia. You have Jamar Chase with LSU and Joe Burrow. They won the national championship.
And now the Raiders are going to
together.
try to match up Devontae Adams with Derek Carr. They're gonna try.
Shout out University of Fresno State. But yeah, so you know what they did? You know what they did though? You know what they did instead of getting an O-line?
They
Chiba?
drafted a fucking kicker.
They drafted a kicker, and guess what this kicker did? He not only kicked the game-winning field goal, he was perfect. He was perfect.
Not only, guess what this kicker did? Before playoffs started, he went on the Pat McAfee show and told Pat McAfee, I'm going to break the most field goals in a postseason. It is 14. This guy is at 12, I believe. He has a chance to break it at the Super Bowl.
It's crazy. And so shout out to McPherson in that. Shout out to the Bengals organization for believing in this team. It's just how impressive this is. Joe Burrow is technically almost a rookie at this point. He missed most of his season, a lot of the season in his rookie year with that terrible knee injury. He comes back this year without an O-line. He hasn't really worked with the offense, and here they are in his second year in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, winning against the Chiefs. Putting everything,
biggest of underdogs.
The biggest of underdogs. They're still going to be underdogs moving into the actual big game. We can't call it the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But this is a team that I'd like to root for.
Me too. I would love to root for the Chiefs in the big game, but I can't, Tony. I really can't.
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's insane. Like, public schools are closing. It's been announced that Cincinnati Public Schools on Monday that they'll close at the Super Bowl Monday to celebrate what we believe will be our city's first ever Super Bowl win, said spokesperson for the school district in Cincinnati.
I love this.
A
lot of people want the Super Bowl to be played on Saturdays.
Yes, I get it. I 100% get it. But it's Sundays.
Yeah,
it's a Super Bowl Sundays. Like, even Saturday football games, I'm like, this is weird. I like
I mean,
it, but it's like, it's weird.
This season we had what, Wednesday games?
Yeah, Wednesday
Tuesday
games, Tuesday
games?
games. Nothing is. I don't think we got Friday games. That's the one thing. Like we
I
didn't
don't
get
think
Friday
so.
games. But guess what, Chiva? Not only is Joe Burrow gonna travel to LA, the LA Rams will not have to travel. They will stay in sunny Los Angeles because they faced up against the San Francisco 49ers.
Who we were 0-6 against, by the way, the
0
last 6 games against
and
them.
6. What is that? Sean McVay has had a terrible time against his former buddy from the Washington football team. Shanahan. Not Shanahan.
There's a video of Sean McVay
Shanahan.
where they ask him, "Hey, so this play, what happened? This drive against this team. It's 2nd and 7. What's the next play that happens?" And he knows all his freaking plays.
What does that have to do with anything?
He's a freaking beast.
What does that have to do with anything? Memory? Like a memory game? What does that have to do with anything, boy?
Well, I mean,
Oh, just
if
as
you're a
much as the
genius,
genius.
if
Oh,
you're a
just as-
genius, it helps you in the football.
So
and
we're
in
admitting
the
that
sports.
auxiliary
To this day,
auxiliary
I have told
knowledge.
you that being a genius helps you at the quarterback
You've
position.
never said that. You
I
actually actively
have said that
disagreed with
so
me.
many
I will
times.
look for the footage. You know what? Just because of that, I'm gonna put you in somewhere uncomfortable. I'm gonna get over here.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
you.
your arms aren't long enough. Mine are barely long enough. But no, I mean,
But yeah, so this game, man, this game was nerve-wracking as a Rams fan. Obviously, you came in being the better team. The hype was all with the 49ers saying that, oh, we own the Rams. This is Levi South Stadium, which it
they
really is.
did. The
Which
fans
it is.
were loud for San
Which it
Francisco.
is. But the I can't even say the Rams started off hot because they didn't. But they did end up starting 7-0. Cooper Kupp had a freaking amazing game. You had OBJ and Cooper Kupp both for over 100 receiving yards, which proves that OBJ was not the problem over in Cleveland.
Yeah, no. OBJ's dad was probably like so satisfied with himself after putting that video.
Best
of him there to
agent ever.
Yeah, I mean, like he's probably smoking cigars with he'll be smoking cigars with the Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase's dad outside the stadium. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty
but okay, you were nervous going in, and then the San Francisco 49ers did what the San Francisco 49ers do. They played really good defense. Defense wins what?
Championships.
And so they had pretty much the best defense going into this this set of the postseason on either conference. But I don't know, man. Like it just ended up happening. Like, were you nervous?
I
it got to the point.
I really was, to the point where we were down by 10 in third quarter, almost fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And plenty of game left for sure. And it was going to come down to making stops in the defense, right? And there was a lot of big plays where the defense was showing up. There was a big hit on Deebo Samuel, like in the first half. That was
lit up.
like,
I like that the
it was
refs
a
waved that flag
yeah,
off.
'cause it was a clean hit.
It
was a clean hit.
It was clean.
up to the point where the 49ers would have won this game, Tony, had that safety not dropped that pick.
Yeah. So okay.
That
So
one
let's
specific play.
Yeah, so obviously the 49ers are doing pretty much the same game plan that they did with the high-power offense of
They threw the ball a lot more than I think the Rams anticipated.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G didn't play the worst game, but he's not Mr. Clutch at the end of the game. He ended up throwing a touchdown pass for George Kittle, which was his first touchdown, I believe, in like 6-7 weeks. So big game from George Kittle there. And at this point, I'm saying, holy shit, are we really gonna like lose this game?
So again, like I was saying before I was brutally interrupted, they were playing the same game plan as they did with the Green Bay Packers, because that's what the Green Bay Packers was, the high-powered offense. So what they did is they held them off, they squeezed them, and they held them into a low-scoring first half. The Niners go into the half 10-7, right? Then you go back and they score another touchdown pretty much in the third quarter. There's still a lot of time. And then what they were trying to do is suffocate the Rams. They were trying to suffocate them with their defense, but they just couldn't. The offense for the Rams is just a little bit too much for this awesome 49ers squad. Cooper Kupp, again, clutch. In moments that you need him, clutch. OBJ, exactly where he needed him on third down, and he gets those plays. On the open field, even Jefferson coming up, stepping up after Woods goes down. I mean, this team is filled with stars.
I mean,
Cam
that
Akers.
Tyler Higbee got injured in this game.
Ty-
And 86, what's his name? I forgot his name, but he was the only tight end left in the roster. This guy had a monster game.
Past 2 games actually had
Yeah.
a monster game. Cooper Kupp goes down. Stafford throws him a touchdown. The game is now 17-14. It's a 3-point game. So what do? I mean, you're gonna have to stress it out. And again, defense. This is Los Galacticos of the NFL is the Rams, bro. I mean, you have OBJ, Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford. You went out and you got these people. Von Miller on the defense. You already had Aaron Donald. I mean,
Jalen Ramsey already.
Jalen Ramsey. I mean, you had him already, but even then, like, I'd say you went out and got him. This is part of this plan.
This was the plan, right? This was a went all out. They have no future draft picks. They have very, very limited future in the next coming years. It was all or nothing, really. They have to win the Super Bowl or it's a bust. And they have given themselves that chance, Tony. And again, Matthew Stafford, love to see it. First playoff win, then you move on and you go into a Super Bowl. This is going to be the first Super Bowl for both of these players, both of these quarterbacks.
Matthew Stafford almost fucked it up, though.
Yes, he did.
Stafford airs it out. Jefferson downfield. He's picked. No, dropped.
Oof.
Unbelievable.
What a drop.
Unbelievable. Like that moment.
This would have
that's
changed
when I knew-
momentum.
Yeah.
This would have changed everything.
Yeah. That's the moment I knew that the Rams were going to win. Like, it's one of those things where, like, yep, that's it. OBJ a little bit later goes down and
Opportunity for the 49ers. It doesn't pan out. And now Beckham.
Late hit, another 15 yards.
He gets hit.
I think penalties really killed the 49ers in discipline.
yeah, you can't be doing that in this game. Like, you can't be losing your head and going downfield and hitting people helmet to helmet in that contact. Again, the entire offense came through for the Rams. It goes down at the end. It goes 17-17. There's still time for the San Francisco 49ers to make one last long drive, burn some time, and then just end it right then and there. For some reason, they chose not to. It got almost picked by the Rams, and by Ramsey, that would have been good. Ramsey had some words with Robbie Gould, the kicker.
Yes.
That was fun.
When
but
do you ever see a kicker talking shit, too?
Pat McAfee. But no, so
Punter.
no, exactly. And so then the Rams got the ball back. They go downfield with 5 minutes left to go. And then, you know what? They do what they have to do, and they go down and they score a field goal.
Yep.
Like, you take the 3 points and go. Like, you take it.
Trust your defense. And arguably probably the best defense in the NFL.
Exactly. And so then, like I said, the best defense, put him out there to play. It's Jimmy Garoppolo anyways. Jimmy Garoppolo loses, like, yards like a madman. Throws the ball up, pick drills, tip drills. The Rams intercept it.
Yeah.
And the Rams make the play for the Super Bowl.
Good for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
The closest that, like you were saying, that Detroit's ever going to be to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, there's someone tweeted Eminem and Stafford at the Super Bowl. That's the closest Detroit will ever be to a Super Bowl.
Poor
have ever
Jared
been.
Goff over in Detroit.
So it was cool. January 30th, 2021, the Rams traded for Stafford. January 30th, 2022, Stafford takes the Rams to the Super Bowl.
That's crazy. I mean, it's really insane.
It's
the
insane how
games
things
that we've
work out.
had, the games that we've had so far in this year. But that leads us into what we have now, which is the big game.
Yeah.
The 52nd big game in history. The Los Angeles Rams, the home team, home stadium, second time in a row where the home team plays in their home stadium for the Super Bowl.
You know what Joe Burrow said? Joe Burrow pretty much said, "Oh, I didn't make the Pro Bowl. None of my guys are going anyways."
Oh, I love that. Also, keep in mind, you've had a curse with the Bengals this entire year with the fantasy picking.
For the most part, yes.
For the most part,
yes.
enough for me to be like, it's gonna. Are you really gonna go against the Bengals?
But to be fair, I have also picked the Rams almost every single time, and it has paid off. So I do think the Rams end up winning this game. I think our defense, our pressure with Von Miller and Aaron Donald is going to be too much for the Bengals O-line. It's going to be interesting how Jamar Chase matches up with Jalen Ramsey. That's going to be very, very fun to watch. But you gotta be worried, man. T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are the real freaking deal as well.
Shout out to everybody still in the chat at the end of the night. Buenas noches. I see people taking offer right now. Subway
Yes,
McChickens
noche,
needs
yes,
to be
noche.
99 cents. Yeah, es noche. But that is pretty much what we had this last week as far as NFL goes. And, I mean, we're set up for a really good ending. A team that wasn't supposed to be there with a team that was supposed to be there. We'll leave our predictions for the week before the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think we'll end our NFLs right there.
Yeah, man. Again, thank you guys for everyone that watched this.
We're not done.
Oh, we're not done. Okay.
We're not done, Chiva.
Oh, we're not done. I thought we were wrapping up.
But
there-
I did want to just end it with saying again, thank you to Dave Williamson. For hooking it up. So obviously we're the fish guys here, the smoke fish guys here in San Diego. We get hit up for tickets, and we're able to go to a show down at the Civic Center. Amazing seats, like oh my god, like
great
Jesus Christ. Amazing seats. We got to hang out with the comedians outside, like
We were hang out in their bus.
so we had I had a little red cooler of the fish on ice, and so we're like, oh, meet us before the show, and then we'll give it to you. I'm like, all right, cool. I was planning on giving him that cooler, and then Dave was like, oh no, like come back after the show, and this. I'm like, all right. So we're waiting there for him to first come up. So there's two gorditos outside and a bunch of fans waiting for Bert and the comedians, Steve Fury, who was also on the show, Two Balls Into a Comic. And we're just like, all right, cool. So it's just we're sitting outside. All the fans and everybody's waiting, sees like Dave coming over and talking to us, and they're like, what's going on? And so yeah, we hand him the thing. He goes in, and everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? We go in, watch a show. We come out, same people that have been there before the show, like are at the bus. These guys are legit like die-hard fans. I'm like, oh, okay. So we go back and again. He's like, all right, well, come on in, Tony and Chiva. So we hop into the tour bus for Bert Kreischer and the gang, and so we're in there. We're just talking Brian Flores, and because Dave is a Miami Dolphins fan, gave him a San Diego Loyal little prize pack for him and his son and everybody. Bert got some stuff too, but no, it was a really cool thing. I made you stay in the cold for longer than you feel comfortable for.
It was freaking cold.
Yeah,
like I'm not a cold person at all, but it was freaking freezing.
Yeah, no, 100%. And so,
but we got a picture with Bert and got to talk to him.
We got to talk to Bert. We got him some fish. We got him that. My man on brand was just wasted. Just like
as he should.
Like as he should. As he should
but
enjoy
very,
himself.
very cool people, all of them. Shout out again, Dave Williamson, for the tickets. And again, thank you for everyone that listened today. Shout out to Alan joining us now.
I've been looking at the Twitters and then looking at the reaction of everything, and things seems to be blowing up. I'm going to have a great time just looking through all these comments and looking through all of these wonderful, wonderful likes and your thoughts over on Twitter and Instagram when it comes to this. So thank you guys. This has been a pleasure and honor. Check out Two Balls y Leal if you want to know some Spanish. We're going to drop some Leal episodes here coming up with Ricardo Campos.
Yes, sir.
We should be having hopefully a Spanglish version of Two Balls and a Mic with Alejandro Guido. Hopefully
soon. Hopefully soon.
And then we will probably, again, slated to have Austin Guerrero on, back on, number 1 for your San Diego Loyal. So that's going to be coming up. And again, anything and everything that we do here is with a dream to get to that World Cup. Like, it's fine. It's not fine if we don't, but we will. But thank you guys for joining us. Shout out to everybody.
Thank you guys. Have a good night. Get some sleep.
I'm clicking the wrong one.